assignment 15 for Block 2, Evolve Artist. This is our fifth painting, I believe. Yeah, fifth still life painting. So we've been setting up our own still life compositions inside of our shadow boxes and then making our own drawings and then painting those drawings. So what that means is we have to look at a color image because real life is in color and then translate that into black and white values, which is part of the challenge. And actually, for this particular assignment, I tried to challenge myself to do something a little bit more difficult. I gave myself 5 objects instead of the usual 3. We've got the cup, we've got 3 passion fruit, and then we have the paper box from, I used it in one of the earlier paintings before. But that was to fulfill my personal requirement that I gave myself of doing something that is paper art and also something that is boxy. So those 2 requirements were fulfilled in one. And then I thought, I was playing around with lots of different structures and compositions. I wanted to do something with passion fruit because I happened to have some on hand and I thought it would be nice to paint them. But I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to place them. I know I wanted to have different levels, different height levels. So I put one on top of the cup, and then I wanted something to kind of fill out the spaces below. So then I decided to put one that's kind of leaning against the cup, and then one inside of the box. So we've got 3 different levels or heights, I guess, for the 3 different fruits. And this one was really challenging. I mean, it was hard. I really, because the cup is black, but in the light, and then it has some kind of white, like it's an old cup, so the bottom of it has kind of some of the lacquer or enamel or whatever it is that they used on the bottom of the cup has kind of rubbed off as well. So I was trying to capture all of that, and also the fruit and the stems. The stems are kind of wrinkly, and when you shine light on it, it makes all kinds of odd shapes. So when I submitted this painting for feedback, the instructors, Piper was the one who actually graded this assignment, which I was pretty impressed by because Piper is our head instructor, and she does do like one-on-ones, and she does our weekly live classes. But I thought she'd be too busy to comment on individual students' assignments. So I was really appreciative that she not only left comments on this assignment for me, but she actually recorded a separate little mini video kind of explaining using Photoshop like some of the things that I was doing wrong. And basically she kind of pointed out that I was doing some what she called visual mumbling. So it's when you don't get the lights and the shadows, the values placed correctly, and it's kind of confusing. The eye cannot really tell what's light, what's shadow. That's called visual mumbling. So she's like, you have some issues with visual mumbling when it comes to like the stems of the passion fruit and the cup as well. There were some issues with the shadows and the ridges that I didn't completely get correct. So she recommended that for the next assignment, I dumb it down, quote, dumb it down, and use something a little bit more simple. I pushed a little too hard. So yeah, that was good feedback because sometimes you don't, when you're a beginner, you don't really know, you don't know what you don't know, I guess is the best way to say that. So I love having the experienced instructors giving us feedback and telling us, okay, pull it back a little bit. This is a little beyond your capabilities right now. So that was good. That was a good lesson to learn. And yeah, when I go back and look at it, the passion fruit on the right bottom was okay. I think I kind of got like the thing about passion fruit is when you want to let them sit and get a little bit, just slightly wrinkly before you eat them. If they're too round and perfect, they're kind of sour. You want to let them ripen a little bit, and that means the outside skin gets slightly wrinkly. So I wanted to capture that slight wrinkle in the passion fruit, but obviously the one on top and the one on the left, didn't really work out too well. I had a really hard time doing this. I was trying to communicate those wrinkles in the reflections, highlights, and the shading step. But as you can see, didn't turn out quite exactly the way I was hoping it would. And the instructors also pointed that out, or Paper rather, also pointed that out. So, but that was a good learning experience, knowing what you can handle, what you can't, and trying to figure out what level of difficulty, I guess, you should try to set for yourself. So it was a good thing that I kind of overshot this one and then got some feedback on it so that I know how to do better next time. But I'm still glad that I tried doing the passion fruit. Maybe one day I will do passion fruit again, perhaps. In module 3, we're doing some still life paintings in color, so that's a added level of complexity. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just like going over and over the passion fruit, trying to make it work, trying to make it look more real, and it's just not working very well. Not really. So at some point I was just like, all right, that's about the best I can do. Fill in the background and we'll call it a day. But anyways, this was another one of the paintings that took me a long time to set up because I was thinking, how do I make this look good? Because it's not just a matter of the different heights, it's also what angle the passion fruits are pointing. I wanted the stems to all be pointing in different directions. I'm not sure if that is the right thing to do, but I just thought having a little bit of variety in terms of where they're pointing might help. But I seem to recall a video or something that I saw once where they were talking about how when you are designing the composition of an art piece, you should pay attention to where the eye is drawn. So maybe it was wrong to have stems pointing in 3 different directions. I'm not sure. I just personally liked the way it looked. I didn't want them all pointing in the same direction, so I decided to place them that way. But probably, that's a really good question. I should probably go back and review some of those videos. Evolve has a few backlog archived videos on at least one that I know of that they were Piper, I think, was talking about composition, how to set up a good composition. And I'm sure there's some art books out there that can also teach this concept, because I'm just kind of going with what my gut feels like. I'm like, oh, I think this looks good. This feels good to me. I don't know. But who knows how accurate my instincts are. Like I said, beginners, whatever. So there you have it. 3 passion fruit, a paper origami box, and a cup. And that's it for assignment 15, block 2. Hope you enjoyed that, and remember to enjoy and create beautiful things. I'll see you next week.